it's really so built into society that you have to go to school, you have to study. Yeah, it's kind of sad because I think sport teaches you so much. You learn so many life skills on different levels. I felt like it was the right thing to do for me, and I would wish that society moves to a point, especially in Switzerland, where sport is regarded as a career option.
Joining us in the studio today is a Swiss cyclist who currently rides for Trek Factory Racing. At the age of 6, she competed in and won her first ever mountain bike race. She went on to win numerous World Cup and World Championship titles. Most recently, she was the gold medal winner in the women's cross-country cycling event at the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Please welcome to the show, Jolanda Neff. Jolanda, great to see you.
Good morning. Thank you for the invite.
Oh, it's so great to have you on the show. I've been looking forward to this episode for quite a while. Jolanda, where are you in the world today? Where are we talking to you from?
Currently, I'm in North Carolina, very close to Asheville. This is where Luca Shaw lives, my boyfriend, so I stay with him at the moment. And yeah, the riding is great here. I really enjoy being here. There is such a variety of trails and bike parks, and the weather is awesome. So yeah, that's where I am at the moment.
Awesome. How long will you stay in the United States before going back to Europe or Switzerland?
So in a couple weeks, we already have a team camp with Trek Factory Racing, but luckily that will also be in the United States. I'm very excited for that camp coming up. So
Nice.
once that camp is done, I will come back here and then stay a couple more weeks and also spend Christmas here. And after Christmas, I will go back home. I'll go back to Switzerland. I say I'm going from one home to the other home.
Nice. Yeah, you've kind of made North Carolina your second home, right?
Yeah, it's funny. I probably this year I'm spending more time here than I am spending time in Switzerland.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, just because I'm traveling so much throughout the year with all the races and training camps, and I was already gone all of January in a training camp. Then I was gone in February, gone in like I was just gone all the time. And now that the season is done, I'm here. So I'm pretty sure I spent more time here than in
Yeah,
Switzerland this year.
that's the life of a World Cup racer.
Yeah, I mean, I spend every free day that I get between the season, I spend at home, and I would still say Switzerland for sure is my home. But yeah, the way it worked out this year is that I'm here now for a
Yeah,
little.
yeah. Well, say hi to Luca for me. We hung out quite a bit at one of his prior teams. Yolanda, let's start from the basics, just for the listeners that are joining us today that might not know a lot about you. Tell us, where were you born, and what did your parents do when you were growing up?
I was born in Switzerland in the region of St. Gallen, if that means something to any listeners, which is about an hour from Zurich. It's very close to the border of Austria and Germany. And it's also about an hour 20 from Lenzerheide, where we have the World Cup. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I was born and where I grew up. And my dad was into cycling. He did road cycling when he was young. He was racing on the road. So that's what got me into cycling, because when I was born, he was still riding bikes and loving it. And he started racing mountain bikes in the early 90s, so before I was born. And then when I was born, it was basically just straight onto the mountain bike. We just went to a lot of races with the whole family. I have a younger brother and an older sister, and together with my mom and my dad, we would just go to the races that my dad was racing at. And whenever there was a kids race, we just took part in it. And yeah, so my first race was at 6 years old. It was not that we were going because of me. It was just we were there because my dad was racing. And then my sister and I took part in that race. My brother was still too young for to be able to race. But yeah, that's kind of how it started. And we just spent a lot of time in the nature with our family. We were very active. We did a lot of skiing, snowboarding, hiking, cycling. Yeah, we were always outdoors, playing around, with my brother and sister, and yeah, with my parents too. So I had a great childhood, and I have so many incredible memories.
That's amazing. You said that your brother was too young to compete in that race, but you were just 6 years old when you won that race. So I would think that even 6 years old would be too young to race. But how old was he at the time?
He was probably 4, so he's like 2 years younger than I am, and my
Yeah,
sister was 7, I guess. So usually you can race, I think, at the age of 7 is when you have a real category. But I was like maybe like 1 year too young to race, but that was okay. Like I could ride a bike, so it was
they
fine.
still let you.
Yeah, no, that was cool. Yeah, my sister and I are close in age, so we did whenever we were kids, we would always both of us would race, and then my brother started a bit later.
Right, right. Was your father a professional cyclist? Did he compete on a professional road team?
Well, back in the days, it was like they had like two different levels of racing on the road. There was the pros and the amateurs. And the Olympics, only the amateurs could go, not the pros, but the pros was the higher level. So, anyways, he was like, at one point, he was a full-time cyclist, like it was his job and his profession, and he got paid for it, but he was only ever on the amateur level. He was not on the pro tour.
Yeah.
So he did tour of Austria, and he went to Mexico for a 3-week stage race on the road, and he did a lot of really great races, but not the Tour de France.
Yeah, amazing. And your mom stayed at home and raised the family and kept everyone, with everything that they needed.
Well, yeah, I mean, when we were born, he was not racing on the road anymore. That was before our time. So once we were born, he was already only racing mountain bikes and was into mountain biking. So I would say we still had a lot of family time, all of us together. But yeah, my mom was very active as well when she was young. She did a lot of sports. She did gymnastics when she was young, and she did running and horse riding and shooting, and she did everything.
Wow.
So
Wow.
she's yeah, she's very good with a lot of different sports, and still now she's a Pilates teacher.
Oh,
So she has
wow.
her own studio, and yeah, whenever I'm home, I go there, and I really, really enjoy it because she loves it, and you can feel how much she loves it. So I would say we just have a very active family, and yeah, for sure, my mom did the bigger part of raising us, but I have a lot of memories of us, the 5 of us, as a family.
Yeah. And now what does your brother and sister do now today?
So they both still ride bikes, and really enjoy it a lot. They love to ride bikes, but they both work a full-time job that has nothing to do with mountain biking. So my brother is a carpenter, and my sister works in the hospital in the laboratory. She did a lot of COVID test analysis
Yeah,
the past
I'm sure.
year. So yeah, but yeah, they both ride, and I honestly I ride a lot with them when I am home. I say once a week at least I ride with my brother, and once a week with my sister. So
Oh,
that's
that's
super
great.
nice. Yeah, and I ride with my mom too, and I ride with my dad too. They all ride bikes, and depending on what intensity I need on the day, I choose my riding partner. And if I want a recovery ride, I go with my mom, and it's perfect. And if I want to kill myself on the bike, I go with my dad.
That is awesome. What a great, great community you've built with your family. I mean, to have that friendship and support and family in all various, aspects of the sport. What an amazing thing.
Yeah, it's great, and it's just so nice to share that and to ride together. It's such a fun way to, yeah, I guess, to spend time together. I really love it, and it means a lot to me to, yeah, to be able to ride with all of them.
So staying for a moment in your early years, so you were into sports, you were into cycling, you were very active. Did you ever think as a child, hey, I want to be a professional racer, or I want to go to the Olympics one day, or maybe I want to study and go to university. What were your dreams when you were little?
Yeah, so I really never ever thought that I want to be a pro racer, or I like the Olympics didn't even exist to me. We grew up without a TV, and we never even watched any. The Olympics was a word to me that I once heard, but I had zero connections to that. And
Wow.
even to be a pro racer, that was nothing. For me, it was always clear that I wanted, like, for me, it was clear that I would go to university and that I would study. And yeah, I mean, I loved riding bikes and it was like my favorite hobby, but for me, it was kind of, yeah, I was going to go to school. Yeah. And so the decisive point was probably when in 2012, a couple things happened at the same time. So that was my first year in the under 23, which is like a 4-year category where for the first time you compete against older people. Before that,
Yeah.
it's always 2 years together, the juniors. And basically, since I was 6 years old until I was 18, I always competed only with 2 years, like, so these people, I knew them perfectly, like the ones who were 1 year older than me and 1 year younger. So
Yeah.
then when you go to the under 23s, it's like the first time that you get to race against people who are 3 years older than you. Yeah. And it's like a 4-year span
Yeah.
and 2 years older than you. So then that was my first year, 2012, and I had a great year and I won the Swiss championships and the European championships and the world championships. And that was a great success. And so with that came an offer from a team, which I then signed for. So that was like a big step for me to
Yeah.
become, like, I wouldn't say that was all of it, but at the same time, what happened was that I got the offer from the Swiss Army. They have a sports program where you can join as an athlete, where you get really, really good support. And you basically live at this place for 3.5 months or even longer, for 18 weeks. You live at this place. So you couldn't study at the same time. If you're joining the army, you can't study. So that was really for me the decision. Do I now want to go study? Even though I signed for the pro team, I could have still studied. But then the decision was really, or do I want to join this army program for sports? That was kind of the decisive point for me. That was in 2012. And then I decided to do the army. I did that together with Linda Indergand, who also won a medal at the last Olympics.
Yeah.
And together with Katrin Sternemann, who is actually now our assistant national coach, which is awesome. So yeah,
So
I
great.
went. Yeah, so I went and did that, and I signed. For my first like pro team, and so I guess that was kind of when I really said yes, I want to try sports, and I want to I want to do this now.
I'm curious. So by 2012, did you guys get a television yet?
No, we never have. We still don't have. We still don't have one. We never had one. And I honestly, I'm so bad with watching TV. I can't watch TV. It's bad.
Yeah.
You cannot keep me on the sofa. I don't have a Netflix subscription or anything.
Really?
Yeah, I hardly ever watch TV. Maybe now and then I watch a small YouTube clip from something that I'm really interested in watching. And I must say, one thing that I watch is the Tour de France. I always watch a Tour de France, and I watch cycling races. That is something I love, and that's on TV. So yeah, yes. But other than bikes, I think I don't watch anything on TV.
Well, now I have to ask, what about going to the movies?
Probably maybe 5-6 times in my life.
Wow.
I mean, I would say nowadays they are not that much a thing anymore with Netflix and all that. Not so many people go to the movies maybe anymore. When I was younger, it was for sure more of a thing. But yeah, even then, that was not something I did very often.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, a majority of your focus is sport, and so I can totally see how that can happen too.
I think it's just not something that I ever went and then came back home and was like, oh, that was the best afternoon. Like whenever I went and rode my bike with a group of friends, that to me that was a
That was the
lot more fun than sitting in a chair and staring at a screen for 2 hours. Yeah.
That's a great perspective for sure. All right, Jolanda, we're going to switch or change gears as the show's titled a little bit and go into our sprint round where I'm going to throw a bunch of this or that at you and see what you prefer. All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Beer or wine?
Beer.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Tacos or burritos?
Burritos.
Spicy or mild?
Spicy.
Cold weather or hot weather?
Hot, hot, hot.
Rain or snow?
Snow.
The mountains or the beach?
The mountains.
Big cities or quiet suburbs?
Quiet countryside.
Good. Cars or trucks?
Maybe cars.
You could say Sprinter vans too, I guess.
Sprinter, yeah, Marco Polo. That's the one.
This one should. No, yeah. Sometimes I think I know the answer to this next one, but sometimes guests fool me. So, pavement or dirt?
Dirt.
Okay. I was just thinking because you also enjoy cyclocross. Well, cyclocross is on the dirt, but road cycling and, but yeah, dirt for sure.
Yeah, I enjoy both. I love both, but if I had to choose, it would be dirt.
All right. Gloves or gloveless?
Gloves.
Clipped in or flat pedals?
Clipped in.
Low pressure or high pressure in your tires?
Low pressure.
Fix it yourself or take it to a mechanic?
Take it to a mechanic.
Last one, dogs or cats?
Cats.
All right. I need to give our guests an option to add any other animal, like horses or
Right. Yeah. I mean, but dogs and cats is a good one because I feel like a lot of people have a preference between those two. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Cool. All right. The next section we title The Climb, and this is where we sort of talk about your career. So rolling back a little bit to 2012, you start to see some success. Tell us about the journey. So you signed with you eventually signed with a professional team, and tell us about that. What did it look like? Who were they? And what were some of your achievements early on?
Yeah, so my first team was the Giant Pro team, which at that point was ranked as the #1 team in the world because we had that was my first 2 years with them, 2013 and 2014. That was like the absolute dream team. We all 5 of us, we always said that's the dream team and we don't want anything different. So actually that was in 2014 that it was just the 5 of us. In 2013 we had still more people on. But then in 2014 it was Maya Wojtowska, who is still one of my very close friends, who I absolutely admire. She's like my hero, my idol, so to be on the team together with her, it was like a dream to me. And she was just like the kindest person ever. And she was so helpful to me. And yeah, I would say still to this date, I owe her a lot. Like I could learn so much from her, and I wouldn't have had the same success without her for sure.
Yeah.
And a very important key part of that team was also our team manager, which was Leo van Zeeland. He really created that atmosphere that we all were such a tight-knit group, like a family. So it was Maja Wojtowska, and then it was from Poland. Then it was Fabian Giger from Switzerland. It was Emil Lindgren from Sweden, and it was Michiel van der Heijden from the Netherlands. And in the first year, it was also Henk-Jaap Morlaag, also from the Netherlands. So like in 2014, those 5 of us, like 3 guys, 2 girls, yeah, we had the best season. And it was insane. Like all 5 of us had basically their best season ever in that year, 2014.
Amazing.
Like it was not that one of us had success and all the others were like trying to survive and tangling along. It was all 5 of us had their best season. Like Fabian Giger was world number 1 at that point in the world ranking. He was on the podium at Europeans. He had his best World Cup season. Maya had a good year too. She actually had a great year in 2013 already, where she was second in 2 World Cups and had a really good year. And then in 2014, I won the World Championships in the under 23, and Michiel did as well in the under 23. So we won both those classes.
So amazing.
Yeah, and I won the overall World Cup in the elite as like the youngest one ever to win it. I was 21 years old, and I won 3 rounds and won the overall. I won it already with less than a round to go, so like I wouldn't even had to race the final round, which was in France. I still remember that, and then I still won the final round. So it was an amazing year for me, the best year I've ever had, and most of all, we had so much fun, all of us. It was just like the best thing ever. So yeah, that was a fantastic start to basically my pro career.
Yeah, amazing. So tell us then, what was the evolution from there to today at Trek Factory Racing?
Yeah, so after that, unfortunately, Giant or Liv Racing decided to stop the team, which was very sad because we had such a successful season. And but yeah, they just like stepped back from racing. So we all 5 of us had to look for a new team, and we all kind of spread out in different directions. And I was at a Swiss team for 2 years at Stöckli, and then I went back to Maya's team because I missed Maya so much and missed everything about her. So, but she, in the meantime, had gone to Cross, which was a Polish team. So I then rode for Cross for 2 years and joined her on that program. And then after that, I joined Trek Factory Racing in 2019. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. 2019 or 2018?
No, 2018, I was still with Cross. I was Cross 17, 18. So 2 years Stöckli, 2 year Cross. And then 2019 onwards, I was with Trek. So now 2019, 20, 21, 22. So actually, that's the longest I've ever been on a team. Before that, it was always 2 years that I was with one team. And now with Trek, I've already been for 4 years. And yeah, it's great. It's awesome. I like the program a lot. And every year, Trek is really making big steps forward and trying to improve a lot more. And yeah, I really feel like we have good momentum and we are moving, and it's great to see.
Yeah. They're a great group. Jolanda, you have a ton of passion, a ton of energy. You have a ton of enthusiasm and excitement and talent. What keeps you motivated to continue to succeed on the bike?
Most of all, I just love to ride my bike. It's just something I really, really enjoy doing. Whenever I go for a training ride, I come back home, and not even come back home, but already during the ride, I'm just like so stoked. It's so much fun and I love it. And even if I wouldn't be racing, I would still be riding my bike. And I really hope that once I stop racing, I can keep riding my bike for as long as it's humanly possible. That's my dream, to just like stay, keep having fun, stay on a bike, stay fit, stay healthy. I take so much pleasure from riding my bike. So yeah, it kind of comes naturally that I race, I guess, because I ride my bike anyways, maybe. Or like, of course, I like now race and train, so I train and ride my bike. But yeah, I really enjoy riding my bike, and that's what I love about it. And then whatever results follow from that, that's fantastic and that's great. But like the step number one to me is that I really enjoy and love to ride my bike.
Yeah, that's great. Throughout your career, you've traveled all over the world. You've competed in tons of races. Inevitably, stuff happens, right? Have you had any close calls or accidents on the road or on a mountain bike, or any close calls that are noteworthy?
Yeah, for sure. I've had a couple, but I guess it's almost normal in a way. Like, yeah, you every now and then you crash or you break a bone, and yeah, most of the times it's not too crazy to come back from it. Like, I've had my collarbone broken, I broke my elbow, I broke both hands. Like, I broke 3 times, like 2 times one and 1 time the other one, my hands. And yeah, just like smaller injuries, which yeah, you put it to rest for a couple weeks and then it's all good and fine. And yeah, 1 time for sure I had a bigger crash, which I guess everyone knows about. That was when I ruptured my spleen, and that was for sure a different level. And yeah, I'm very glad I had great doctors who helped me immediately, and yeah, that I could recover from that, and most of all that I could recover and
Yeah.
go on with everything doing. But also it was a question mark for me how my return to racing would go, and it did take a long time. And it took me like 1.5 years to basically really get back to where I was before. And yeah, I feel like even after that, it still like took some more time just to build everything back up. So yeah, that was for sure emotional, because my very first race that I won on an international level, again after that accident, after 1.5 years, that was the Olympic Games. So that was very emotional to me on a personal level, just knowing that it was a confirmation that I could race again on the highest level and that I could win again. And it would have been emotional for me if it was a World Cup or if it was a World Championship or whatever it was. But it being the Olympic Games, it was just like everything together. So that was very emotional, and that was like my comeback kind of from that injury. And at the
Yeah.
same time, that was also where I broke my hand 6 weeks before that event. So I had like a double comeback. But yeah, it's all good. It's all fine. It all healed up nice. And right now I'm feeling great and I can do everything I want. And that's what I enjoy so much. It's the thing that makes me sad about an injury is always when you can't go do what you want to do, like ride your bike and go outside and do stuff. So yeah, I really love it that right now I'm healthy. I can do anything I want. It's great. And we keep the ball rolling.